Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to quite an autumnal Little Red Ninja allotment channel. Wow, hope everyone is well and getting on with jobs that need to be done. And that is one of the jobs that I'm doing in today's video, is to sort out this bed ready for onions and garlic. But mainly in this bed will be garlic, I think. So what I'll need to do is I'll need to crop all this stuff here, all the beetroot at the top there and all the celery, just get rid of it really, because not really having salads back at the den. But let's crack on and get this sorted and show you what I do. So let's get on with it. Wow, here we go. This side is now clear. I've just got to add my special blend of compost in a bit, but I thought I'd show you the beetroot, and that one is bigger than my fist. That is absolutely ginormous. I've got more in there. With the celery, I've only got a couple of stalks that were decent enough to take back to the den, and Little Ninja will be happy. And talking of Little Ninja, he is around here somewhere. He's pottering around, and I think he's probably on my looking at my trompacinus at the moment, because he wants one of those. But I'll do that later in the video. But let's crack on and show you the blend of compost I put in where I grow my garlic. So let's get on with it. Wow, here we go. I've put in my special blend of compost for my garlic, and this is ready to go. But there is a crucial thing that I do when I'm putting in my garlic. Yes, I've put in my special mix of compost, which is 50% spent compost, and I do say spent compost that has been used this year, and it comes from my potatoes tubs. That's where it comes from. And I've also got 50% fresh manure, and the manure I use is I try and use cow manure, because I find that a lot better with growing garlic, mainly because if I use horse manure I find I get weeds, but with cow manure I don't seem to get it. So that is my 50-50 blend. 50% spent compost and 50% cow manure, well rotted cow manure. I mix it in, leave it for about a month before I use it for my garlic. But then once I've put it in, which you see here, I've put it in, and I leave it for a week. Some experts say you leave it for 3 weeks. I leave it for a week, just to settle the compost down and get all the microbes, all the good microbes. There are worms in there, so they get going as well. They'll enjoy the cow manure because they'll send it further down into the bed. And then after a week I'll put it in. So next week's video will be about how I space out my garlic. Sometimes I use big spacings, sometimes I use small spacings, but as this is a raised bed I might do small spacings, but we'll see next week. But I've got to crack on with that in a minute, but I need a drink because I am really thirsty after lumping 3 bags of spent compost and horse and cow manure into there, and I really do need a drink. But I'm getting pestered by Little Ninja, and he wants me to pick a trompacinus, so I'll go and do that, and I'll show you as well. So let's get on with the jobs I've got to do. And there is another job as well that I've got to do: measure up all this. So I want to go from the top all the way down to there, just to the edge. So I've got to measure that, and then try and find the wood that I'm going to use in my raised beds all the way down. So let's get on with this. I've got rather a lot to do. So yes, Ninja, I'll be there in a second. Dear oh dear. Right, let's crack on. Now here we go. Here is the trompacinus plant, and as you can see, it's really healthy. Got the one that was looking like a German sausage. It's just got very big. Hasn't done exactly like a German sausage, but that is okay. But I'm trying to find Ninja. He's in here somewhere. Oh, there he is. Which one did you want? Did you want these two? No? Which one do you want? You want obviously this one. So, right, okay. I'll get on and cut that, and see what you think of it. So let's get on and get this for Little Ninja. I don't think you'll be able to eat it all by yourself, mate. Seriously. So yeah, let's go and see what this is like. So be right back. Well, here we go, and yeah, it's the big S. It's not straight, but that's because the very end of it is touching the ground, and all it wants to do is just go straight down. So if it's impeded, it will make this shape, just like the one that's here. It's gone back on itself. But Little Ninja is incredibly well chuffed with this, mind you. So am I, because that is a success on the allotment, because that is my first ever trompacinus. So unbelievable. But yes, Ninja, I know you're happy, but I've got to crack on with some more jobs. So do excuse me while you're enjoying the trompacinus. I need to get on, because there's only so many hours in the day. So do excuse me. I need to get back and clear all this. So and with this area, I will just be emptying the area, and I won't be filling out with compost just yet. But when I do fill it up with compost, I will fill it up with brand spanking new compost, not spent compost or horse or cow manure, just fresh compost. And that's a slight difference with onions. But looking at the space, I might have to use this area here for garlic as well, considering the amount of garlic I've got to put in. So let's crack on and clear this and get on with the rest of the video. Well, I've covered the first area there that I did earlier in the video, but I've started on here, but I've got a bit of a problem. It's starting to rain, and I really wanted to get this done before the rain came. So I think rain might stop play with me clearing out all this bed. Exactly the same as that one. Slightly more veg in here. I've got radish in here. I've got turnips in here. I've got onions in here. I've got even some weeds have actually got in, and also leeks. but the size of the leeks are like pencil thickness. They'll do, they'll really do. So yeah, I need to get these up, but that won't be until the middle of this week, because the middle of the week the weather, they say, is going to be better, fingers crossed. But yeah, I think I'll leave this and get on with a job that I need to do, and it will be a lot quicker than sorting out this bed, and that is doing the measurement for that area there, and also this area down here, which I've still got lettuce in it. Well, they've gone to seed, but I'm trying to wait a little while so I can collect these seeds. They're flowering, but that's a good sign, and hopefully they'll give me some seeds. That one looks like it's got seeds on it, so I'll be collecting those, but I'll try and do a bit of a measurement here, but the main area up here is where I'm going to do the measuring for this video. So let's crack on and get that sorted before this rain really starts falling. I don't know if you can see it in the picture, but I'm starting to get wet, so let's crack on. But before I go and start measuring, do stay to the end of the video, because I've got a very important thing to say about the garlic. So please do stop around to the end of the video, and also smash that like button, please. That would be very kind of you. Thank you very much. But let's get on and let's do some measuring up. Well, I've measured up this bit of ground, and I'm going for a raised bed that's slightly smaller than this one. This is 6 by 6 feet. This one will be 5 feet by 5 feet. A lot more manageable, I think. And as you can see here, I've got a plank of wood in the mid, well, not in the middle, but on slightly on one side. With this one, I'm going to do it that way, so I can actually have a cover for the top half and maybe not a cover for the bottom half, so I can chop and change. And I want to grow in here next year peppers, rather than being in the polytunnel. My polytunnel peppers this year have been an absolute failure. I've only had 12 this year. Last year I had boatloads of the stuff. So I'm trying something new, growing them outside. And one last bit here, I've measured how wide I want the path. So that post there and all this here will be my path, so I can get to the front. This area I haven't bothered with measuring it, because like I said in a few videos back, I'm going to have to wait until this squash is finished growing, and I got to clear all this area and also that vertical pallet. So all this area really needs to be cleared before I start measuring. But when I do measure, it'll be from there down, and it'll be the same size as this. So I'll have 2 new raised beds, and hopefully a lot of delicious veg and fruit, possibly next year. Well, not next year, all year long, hopefully. So I better crack on with getting the wood, building the structure, and getting planting. So let's just go down and have a look at the other bit. And the other bit, I've decided the same as up there. I'm not going to measure it today because it'll be a bit of a failure with all this stuff that's still here. So I'll wait a couple of weeks before I measure this, but this will be probably 2 smaller raised beds from there to about here. Have a little bit of a path just about here and then all the way up to there. So, and this will probably have all my salads in. So let's go back to what I said in the video earlier about the garlic. So let's go back and I'll tell you what I mean. Right then, when you grow garlic, and this is very important, this is probably just as important as the soil you use for your garlic to grow in, is make sure it's on your sunniest spot where you grow anything. If you've got a spare piece of ground and it gets a lot of sun, plant your garlic right there, because that will be beneficial for bigger garlic and probably stronger tasting garlic as well. But I hope you learned that little bit of a tip, and all the tips today that I've shown you, and how to prepare the soil for your garlic beds, was courtesy of my granddad. He showed me many years ago when I was a wee lad, and he had successful garlic. And thank you very much. I seem to have the same as what my granddad had. Fantastic garlic. And in next week's video, I will be showing you the garlic that I will be planting, and hopefully show you if I've got enough space in this area where I'm going to put my onions. If I don't put them in there, I'll put them somewhere else, which I've got to find space for. So I hope you've liked today's video. And it's starting to get windy again as the rain is starting to fall still. But until then, this is Paul signing off from the Little Red Ninja Allotment channel. Little Ninja's gone in the polytunnel because he doesn't want to get wet. Silly boy. And I'll see you for garlic planting next week. Until then, look after yourselves, and I'll see you then. Bye for now.